Oh, it's White Dwarf time! Inquisition! Oh, and I had to go to the post office and pick this up as well because for some reason I put it in here and it doesn't go through your letterbox. So, oh, there we go. What have we got? Nice. Bit of a poster about an upcoming book. And we've got White Dwarf. We've even got, what's that? Red Gobbo. 2 special play. Oh, actually a special play card for Blood Bowl. A stratagem for Mars, 3 CP. Play a stratagem at the start of the damage control phase. Is that for Blackstone Fortress? I think so. Empower Predator. Become an Apex Hunter. Cool. That's for Beastgrave. Nice one. So, let's see what is actually in White Dwarf. It's the season of giving for the Sisters of Battle. And the coming, well, the Inquisition, really. What have we got? The Chosen Axes by Chris Pike. Some different bits and pieces from Sigmar there. Oh, look at the big mech. I love the lightning effect on there, and I love the winter Kurnoth Hunter. Mark Von Ard's work. I love his bases. Absolutely fantastic. And as per usual, a little bit of lore about the world of Warhammer 40,000. Echoes from the Warp, though. So it looks as though this is some kill team rules for Rogue Trader. Worm Hunt. So is this for... I think this might be for actually Inquisition. Index Imperialis. This is the bit that we've all been waiting for. I hope there's something tasty in here. I haven't actually read any of the leaks or anything yet. So, Index Inquisition. So you must replace the Ordo keyword with Hereticus, Malleus, Xenos, or Minoris. Loyal servant ability, or just gives you examples there about replacing it. So, units with the Ordo Malleus, Hereticus, Xenos, or Minoris keyword gain the respective ability below. So, Ordo Malleus, when resolving an attack made by a model in this unit against a Chaos or Demon unit, you can re-roll the hit roll and you can re-roll the wound roll. Nice. Hereticus, when resolving an attack made by a model in this unit against a Chaos or a Psyker unit, you can re-roll the hit and wound roll. And Order Xenos, when you go against a unit that is not a Chaos, Imperium, or unaligned, you can re-roll a hit and wound roll. And Minoris is against a character. Nice. Infantry units with this ability can embark on any Imperium transport model, even if that model normally only permits models with other faction keywords to do so. All other restrictions apply normally. Inquisitor Terminator models can only embark on transport models that specifically allow Terminator armor. Cool. If your army is Battleforged, then you gain the following rules. No more than 1 Inquisitor can be included in an Inquisition detachment. If your army does not include any Inquisition detachments, 1 Inquisitor can be included in any other detachment without taking up a slot, as long as every unit in your army, with the exception of those that are unaligned, has the Imperium keyword and does not have the Fallen keyword. The Inquisitor does not prevent any units in your army benefiting from detachment abilities, example, Chapter Tactics, and does not prevent abilities that require every model in your army to have that ability. Example, Combat Doctrines or Canticles. In a match play game, the Inquisitor unit is ignored for the purpose of the Battle Brothers rule. Nice. Very nice. I wonder if that means that the Assassins will get an FAQ. So stratagems, 4 CP for Cyclonic Torpedo. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase. If an Inquisitor model from your army is on the battlefield, select 1 point on the battlefield and roll 1d6 for each unit within 2d6 of that point, subtracting 1 if the unit is a carrier. So it's basically a 2d6 orbital bombardment. Seize for interrogation. Use this stratagem in any phase after enemy character unit is destroyed within 3 inches of the Inquisition. Gain D3 command points and subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of enemy units until the end of the battle. You can only use that once per battle. Inquisitorial Mandate. Select 1 Inquisitor from your army that is not your Warlord and determine 1 Warlord trait for it. It is regarded as the Warlord for the purposes of that Warlord trait. If the model is not a named character or vehicle, then you can give 1 relic of the Inquisition to that model. All the relics in your army included must be different and be given to different models. So you basically can give them a relic and a Warlord trait for 1 CP. Requisition. Use this stratagem in your shooting phase, the fight phase, or your opponent's charge phase. When an Imperium infantry or Imperium biker unit from your army that is within 6 inches of the Inquisitor unit fires Overwatch or is chosen to shoot or fight with, until the end of that phase, when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit against an enemy unit specified, you can reroll 1s. So basically you can give a unit essentially to become a captain. That's okay. So of course we've got Courtiers, Caraman, I can't say him, Greyfax. Let's see if she's changed much. Psycho Grenades. Nope, it looks as though Greyfax is the only one I've actually read the rules for previously as part of the narrative campaign that we're currently running. So it looks as though she hasn't changed. As for the others, I'm not too sure, but there is the full data slate. You've got a custom Ordo Malleus Inquisitor and Terminator armor. You've got Inquisitor. You've got the Demon Host rules as well. Jacaro, and of course Acolytes. Warlord traits. Radical. Once per battle round, you can reroll 1 hit roll, wound roll, damage roll, saving roll, psychic test, or deny the witch for this Warlord. Puritan. Improve the Warlord's invulnerable save by 1 to a maximum of 3. Formidable Resolve, add 1 to this Warlord's leadership characteristic and increase the range of the Warlord's unquestionable wisdom ability to 6 inches. Ordo Hereticus Warlord trait, so you've got 3 and then 1 for each of the other 3. No Escape, this Warlord can perform heroic intervention if there are any enemy models within 6 of them instead of 3. Compile in 6. When an enemy unit within an inch of this Warlord is chosen to fall back, you can roll 1d6 unless any models in that unit have a minimum move characteristic. On a 4+, that unit cannot fall back. That is very good. Historic Law. Roll 1d6 each time your opponent uses a stratagem, and on a 5+, you get 1 command point. An Ordo Malleus Psychic Mastery. The Warlord knows 1 additional psychic power from the Telesthesia discipline and can attempt to manifest 1 additional psychic power and deny 1 additional psychic power. So that's pretty good. Oh yes, a full 6 complement. +1 for each discipline as well. So you've got Terrify, which is subtract 1 from the leadership and can't fire Overwatch. Psychic Fortitude, casting value of 4, pick a friendly Imperium unit within 12 and don't take a morale test. Dominate, casting value of 6, select an enemy model within 12 that's not a vehicle, roll 3d6. If the total is equal to or greater than the model's leadership characteristic, then you can immediately shoot with 1 weapon as if it was the shooting phase, make 1 attack as if it was the fight phase. Treat the model as being a separate unit that is part of your army, so very cool. Mental Interrogation, a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, select an enemy character model within 12 and visible to the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, when resolving an attack made by that model, subtract 1 from the hit roll. If your enemy is Battleforged, roll 3d6. If the result is equal to or greater than the model's leadership, you also gain 1 command point. That's similar to the me breaking terrain. It's similar to the 4-boss librarian power. Psychic Pursuit, warp charge value of 7. Select one enemy character unit that only contains models with a wounds characteristic of less than 10, not 10 or less, and is visible. Then select one Ordo unit within 6 of the Psyker, and until the end of your next shooting phase, that Ordo unit can target that character even if it's not the closest. So that is pretty good as well. Castigation has a casting value of 6. Pick an enemy unit within 18 invisible. Roll 3d6, and if the total exceeds the lowest leadership characteristic in the unit, then they suffer d3 mortal wounds. Ordo Hereticus. Ascertainment. Casting value of 6. If manifested, select one enemy unit within 12 of the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, subtract 1 from attacks characteristic of models in that unit to a minimum of 1. Roll 2d6 if the total is equal to or greater than the highest leadership. Then until the start of your next psychic phase, when resolving an attack made by a model in that unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll as well. That's pretty good. Ordo Xenos, Psychic Veil, casting value of 5. If manifested until the start of your next psychic phase, friendly Ordo Xenos units within 6 of the psychic can only be selected to target of attacks if they are the closest visible enemy unit, and can only be selected as a target of charges if they are within 6 inches of the charging unit. Very nice. And Ordo Malleus, Power Through Knowledge, casting value of 6. If manifested, select one friendly Imperium infantry or biker unit within 12. Until the start of your next psychic phase, models in that unit have a 5-up invulnerable save. That is very good. Relics, however, Blade of the Ordo. Replaces a power sword, strength +1, -3, d3. When resolving an attack with this weapon against a unit that is specified by the bearer's quarry ability, this weapon has a damage characteristic of 3. Very nice. Digital weapons, you can make one additional attack, and when resolving the attack, if it hits, you do 1 mortal wound. Black Shroud, when resolving an attack made against a model with this relic, subtract 1 from the wound rolls. Ignis Judicium, it replaces an Inferno pistol, so it's actually range 12. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, it's within half range, or that has the Chaos or Psychic keyword. Roll 2d6 when inflicting damage and discard one of the results. So for some reason you can choose. Biocorrosive Poisons. When resolving an attack made by a melee weapon by a model with this relic against a unit that is not a vehicle or titanic, you always wound on a 2. And the Tainted Blade is an Ordo Malleus Inquisitor equipped with a power sword. Strength +3, -3, 1 damage. However, in the fight phase, when the bearer is chosen to fight with the first time, roll a d6. On a 1, the bearer suffers a mortal wound, and this weapon cannot be used that phase. When resolving an attack made with this weapon, if the saving throw is failed, you can make 1 additional attack against the same unit using this weapon. This additional attack cannot generate another attack. That sounds like heresy to me. That sounds very strangely like a Demon Blade. So of course you've got your war gear options, you've got all of your range profiles and everything in there. And as far as points go, Acolytes 8, Demon Host 25, Inquisitor 55, Jaqueiros 18, and Terminator Inquisitors 91. Courtiers is 90, Eisenhorn is 80, Greyfax is 85, and Karamazov is 115. So I think if you're an Inquisition player, this is quite good. At least they haven't totally left these out. But what I feel they should have done is probably stuck the Sisters of Silence from last month's White Dwarf in with them. With these and the Assassins, they could easily publish a small codex for like £10-15. There's no reason that they couldn't do that. Agents of the Inquisition, meanwhile, here is a lot of different conversions. There's a Greyfax conversion, there's another Greyfax conversion. I do like that guy, that's the Stormcast from the Easy Build set. And of course we've got the Genestealer Cult Magus there. That is an, not a Metamorph. What's he called? The big guy from the Genestealer Cult with the big hammers. I can't think what they're called. Some very, very cool models. Again, Greyfax as a base. You've got the Hexwraith as a base there. Eisenhorn. I think that's even, that's that guard guy, isn't it? The one, Creed. So of course, more expansion and fluff on that. And then painting your armies up in certain colour schemes. Looking like deserts, of course. And how they blend in. I do like this Exocrine. I love that. That is so cool. That reminds us so much of like Star Wars. That's really cool. I like that a lot. And the terrain. I wish I had more storage to be able to do all my terrain like this. It would be so much better. But unfortunately I don't have the space. Oh, unexpected counter for Kill Team. You've got the Amble rules for Kill Team. Very cool. Now, of course, moving into the Age of Sigmar, we've got a rules of engagement. On the Moorpath, not Beast Claw Raiders, Ogre Moor Tribes are back with a bang, and there will be another battle report coming out very soon for them. You've even got event tables here if you want to do some of these narrative games that are in here. There you go, the Moorpath campaign roster, so there's full campaign rules for them in there as well. And then we've got the Stormvault Warlords, so Tale of Four Warlords. And we've got the Stormcast. I do like that colour scheme, the purple combined with the red. We've got Nurgle, of course we've got Gloomspike Gates, and the mushrooms, I love those mushrooms. Check out my tutorial if you're interested in knowing how I made mine. And then of course we've got the Idenith. I love the bases there as well. Very fish tank. Of course we've got Beastgrave. I really enjoyed Beastgrave when I played it with Steve, and I need to play some more, that's for sure. Absolutely. So we've got a Beastgrave battle report there. The Apex Predator as well. So this is telling you what this Predator card is for and how to go about using it. Lots of tactics there for Scats Wild Hunt. A lot of tactics actually. Rules for the Solitaire in Blackstone Fortress as well. It's great that they're bringing so many rules for different models into different parts of the game. So for example, the Amble was Blackstone Fortress. Transporting them over into Kill Team is such a cool idea. Of course there you've got the Solitaire's data slate as well. Details on the Black Library. Wow, the Sons of Fulgrim, what a cool looking force. Look at the Dreadnoughts up there, man, that is so awesome. I love it. Oh, my beloved Admech. I miss mine so much. So much. A very nice looking force. Turax Pattern Assault Drills, of course. Absolutely tremendous models. And I definitely want to pick up another one or two of them, that's for sure. We've even got details for Middle Earth. And inside the studio, what people have been working on as well. Classic Blood Angels, I love it. And of course, next month, Ghosts and Flesh Tearers. Does that mean Flesh Tearers are getting their own little index? Because as much as they're in the Blood Angel Codex, they were kind of shafted in it. So that is December's White Dwarf, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this preview. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again very soon.